Good evening, everybody. Hope you guys had a good day. I'm back with another daily reading. Today, I'm reading from Matthew chapter 5, verses 27 through 30. It's the part of the Sermon on the Mount, and Jesus is preaching his sermon here. Verse 27. You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you, for it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you, for it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. Well, okay. A lot of misconceptions in these verses here. So let's just dive right into it. So it starts off, Jesus is saying, you have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit adultery, which is, sex outside of marriage, which is also called fornication. It could be, cheating on your wife or your husband, that's adultery. But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. So Jesus tells us that even just looking at a woman and being like, whoa, she's hot, I want that. That's adultery in your heart because you're lusting after her. And it's not just men towards women, it's also women towards men. If you're a woman and you're looking at a guy and lusting after him, that's the same thing. It's not just for guys. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. So Jesus is not literally saying to pluck your eye out and cut off your hand. He's saying to cut things from your life and get it out of your life, things that cause you to stumble. So if you're taking a certain, route to work that has a billboard and it has something, maybe it's sexual, maybe it's, maybe in your past you had problems with alcohol, and even just the sight of it makes you want it and want to get drunk and go back to that lifestyle, and yet you are taking that route to work, maybe find a different route to work. If it's causing you to stumble, if it's causing you to sin, if you're lusting after that thing, take a different route to work. If you are stopping at a certain gas station and there's a woman there that's like, you're cute, just kind of flirting with you, or a guy that's flirting with you, if you're a girl, don't go to that gas station on the way to work. Go to a different one. Even if it's out of the way, it's better to cut that thing out of your life and not have it than to have it and possibly sin. So yeah, Jesus is not telling us to literally cut off our hand. That's self-maiming. That's also a sin, because you're destroying God's temple, which is your body. Our bodies are temples for Christ, and we are not our own. Another thing with what Jesus had to say about adultery, he literally just added on to the already existing sin to say, even lusting after a woman. So, viewing pornography, that's lust, for sure. Seeing a girl or a guy that you find attractive and saying like, ooh, that would be hot in bed. I never once thought that way about my wife. As we were courting, I never looked at her like that. I looked at her as my sister in Christ, and obviously Jesus is not saying, looking at a girl like, oh yeah, she's pretty. It is actually good to admire a woman's beauty because God created her to look like that. So you're just admiring God's creation. There's a difference between admiring the beauty and lusting after the woman. So don't lust, because that's not good. Just admire God's creation. But yeah, Jesus is not saying maim your body, cut off your hand, pluck your eye out, because, if there's a billboard you're seeing, you might as well just pluck your eyes out just so you don't see it. No, take a different route. Take a different route so you don't see the billboard, not just pluck your eye out so you don't see it. Take a different route. Get off an exit early if you have to. Get off an extra mile late, or take a different highway, take a different route. If it's causing you to stumble, take a different way. Do something that's not help yourself. Help yourself to not stumble. For it is better for your body to be missing a few members to go into heaven than to have your whole body go into hell. Get things out of your life that are causing you to sin. If it's people, if it's things, if you have a certain thing that reminds you of something in your life, get it out. If there's certain people in your life that are causing you to sin, get it out of your life. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but the price of this life is high, and we can't pay it, but we can try our best. And that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a good night, and God bless.